Brayden, what kind of impact was Steven Stamkos able to have last year in the playoffs? He wasn't really able to play much other than one game. But what was the influence? How important was his influence in the locker room? And I guess how much is it great to just have him fully healthy this year and be able to contribute on the ice too?
Yeah, I think just a lot of experience. He was great for us in a leadership role. Not playing, you kind of have a different perspective of the game, and he was able to give us some different looks that he saw from watching, and just having him out there. Obviously, great player, one of our best guys, and he's done so well this playoffs, and he competes hard, and great to have him back.
Joe Smith, The Athletic.
Hey, Brayden, you guys play against shutdown lines all the time, or other teams' top forwards. I know you haven't played against Danault and his line this year, but just what is your overall impression, either from watching video or playing against them in previous years? What makes them kind of tough a matchup?
Yeah, I haven't watched too much of their games or seen a lot of film, but I know he's good in the face-off circle. He competes very hard, and they're responsible. They don't. They're good with the puck. They don't feel your rush too much. They don't turn the puck over, and they make you earn every inch. So if that's the matchup, it's going to be a tough one.
Mary Fiello, Tampa Bay Times.
Brayden, I was curious what some of your early memories of Yanni Gourde were like as you two were coming up together. What kind of player he's kind of transitioned to today, and just why his game is the way it is on that third line there.
Yeah, I think first time I played with Yanni was in Syracuse, and he was having a great year. I think he scored 30 goals or something that year, and just super competitive. He's always had that tenacity, and I think that's what makes him so good is his work ethic and how hard he pursues the puck, and obviously has the skill to make plays and finish as well. So he's been playing great. I think just that whole line's kind of got that work ethic, and they play responsible and earn their chances.
Jay Retcher, 95.3.
Anthony, I wanted to ask you about your chemistry with Alex Killorn, whether it's playing together 5-on-5 or on the PK. I mean, it's grown. You guys hit it off pretty early in your career, but it just seemed to blossom into a really nice pairing. What is it that makes you guys work so well together, whether it's 5-on-5 or on the PK?
Yeah, obviously Killer is an unbelievable player for us, and obviously a really easy guy to play with. He's always in the right spots. He's big, strong, protects the puck while he makes plays. He does all the little things right. He works so hard. Like you said, I played with him pretty much since I first got here, so we built some pretty good chemistry, and he does it all. So he's a very easy guy to be able to play with.
Steve Wino, Associated Press.
Hey, Brayden. Julian was saying that when in your draft year, one of the reasons why you slipped to the third round was kind of skating and not being the best skater. I'm curious, did you hear those kind of criticisms at the time? And what kind of work did you put in to improve your skating to get to this point?
Yeah, I heard some stuff about that. I didn't think too much about it, but I heard it more as the draft came up, and was able to work with Barb. And, I didn't know how to fix it or what was wrong with it. I thought I was doing all right, but she's able to see things that I would never think about, and help you get that next level and that next gear and speed. And she was very instrumental in helping me get better at skating.
Matt Larkin, The Hockey News.
Hey, Brayden, I'm just wondering if you look at what you've done statistically last postseason, this postseason, the numbers have been pretty outstanding. And I'm wondering for you, is the ability to step up in big game situations, high stakes, is it a conscious thing? Like, are you aware that you play this well in these situations, or is it just sort of unconscious and you go about your business and you just happen to be doing extremely well in these situations?
No, I think you try to play the same way, and pucks have found ways in net as of late, but I don't think you're thinking too much about it. Obviously, like you say, the stakes are higher, and you're making sure you compete in every shift, but just trying to play the same way, and be responsible and just work for your chances.
Dan Rosen, NHL.com.
Yeah, Brayden, I also have a question for you. Their penalty kill or power play been big stories for both sides. Have you guys gone over their PK yet? And what have you seen, if you have, or what do you expect in their PK, even if you haven't really done a big deep dive on it yet?
Yeah, I think we took a little bit of a look at it today. Excuse me, a lot of pressure. They work extremely hard. They're not afraid to go for some offense when they're on the PK. They're dangerous with that speed. So we got to make sure we're being responsible to puck and not giving them chances to use that speed. But it just from the looks of it, it's a lot of pressure. It's a hardworking group. They sacrifice, they block shots. So we're gonna have to be sharp if we want to get one. But it's one of those things where you never really know until you play a team, and we'll just see what happens.
Ed Encina, Tampa Bay Times.
Brayden, obviously you guys had a bullseye in your back after winning last year. Was this the path to this point this year? Was it any different, or was it more difficult? Were there unique obstacles to getting to this point this year versus last year?
Well, I think every year is a little bit different. I think this year, obviously playing with the fans is different. Last year we had to do it in the bubble, and that was an adjustment. But I think it's tough to dissect 2 different years. Right now, I mean, there's been different obstacles, different challenges, different adversities in both the years. So for sure it's different. But yeah, I can't really put a finger on it right now.
Marc-Antoine Godin, The Athletic.
Thank you. My question is for Anthony. Anthony, Brayden was asked earlier about Philippe Danault, but Phil and you have both entered the Selke discussion the last couple of years. How comparable or what sort of comparisons would you draw in your respective games? And is there any sort of inspiration that you can take from the way that he's been handling his 200-feet duties with the Canadiens?
Yeah, Boyer obviously said it. He's a very good 200-foot player. He's really good on the face-offs. He competes, every shift, every second out there. So, there's some things where he's on you. He's all over the puck, and just by watching a couple games here and there, and you could see the way him and that line play. So, like you said, it's gonna be a battle, and they're here for a reason, and we gotta be ready to go.
We'll do a couple more questions. Paul Strajewski, NHL.com.
Thanks, Chris. Hi, Brayden. Question for you. Guys that came on before you, they all talked about Vasilevsky as being the best goalie in the world, and probably rightfully so, because he was voted that way overwhelmingly on the NHLPA poll. But now you get to face a team that has Carey Price in net. And do you feel that, maybe you felt like you had the advantage or the edge in the earlier rounds as far as the goaltender position goes? Do you still feel you have an edge in this round? And what do you think makes, Price so special for them?
Yeah, well, I mean, we got great confidence in Vazzy, just as Montreal has great confidence in Carey. I mean, they're both world-class guys. I think Carey's, he's just so calm in the net, and you look at their playoffs, he's made so many big saves for them, and it's going to be tough to get some by him. But I think goaltending is a big part of the series. It's been a big part of the playoffs for both teams, and I don't know if there's an edge one way or the other, but both extremely good and both tough to beat. So we're gonna have to try to find ways to beat them. And like I said before about the penalty kill, you never really know until you're playing a team. So we're just gonna go out and focus on our game and see what happens.
We'll do 2 more. Guillaume Lefrancois, La Presse.
Yeah. Hi, guys. My question is for Brayden. There's obviously a lot of talks, and the players before you have said how much they want to get that same feeling that they had last year and how much fun it was to win. Besides that, we all know repeating as champion is pretty unique nowadays. Is there a sort of feeling that you guys can create something that's sort of historical because it's become so tough to repeat?
Yeah, like you say, it's tough. So obviously we're pushing for that. But you know what? I think it's just a mindset we got to have is just one game at a time. This is going to be a very tough series. Our group knows that. Montreal makes you earn every inch. So I think just focusing on game one is where our mindset is, and we'll go from there.
Last question. Joe, go ahead if you have one.
Hey, Anthony, you've scored a lot of big goals in your career, going back to junior and before that. What do you remember? Do you remember like what was your first big goal you scored? You remember that you really remember the most? And do you think a goal like that, you hit Memorial Cup, that I say changes you, but gives you a lot more confidence when you go into big games, so you know you'd be able to kind of come through and score like that?
Yeah, I mean, I think at the end of the day, we're all just going out there and we're playing for ourselves and for our teammates. You know, we play for one another and we go out there and we're a team. So I think, I don't know if, you know, whoever gets the goals, it doesn't really matter for us as long as we're winning games. And yeah, I think we're just looking forward to game one. And yeah.
Guys, thanks for the time.
Yep.